All right, guys, welcome back. And today on Straight to the Point, we got someone who knows what it means to grind from the bottom up. Marco Rata took every no, turned it into a fuel, building himself into a force of solar sales right here in San Diego. He's mastered the art of closing, negotiation, and betting on himself. And he's here to share the kind of lessons that hit hard and stick with you. If you're just starting out in business, real estate, or any hustle, this episode's going to give you the edge you need. Let's get straight to the point with Marco Rata. Welcome back, guys, to Straight to the Point. I'm your co-host, Tristan Guerrero with West Coast Property Bros. Today, we have on a special guest, but thank you for coming on the episode, taking some time out of your busy schedule to be able to interview you today. So welcome. Happy to have you on the episode.
Thank you for having me, man.
Yeah.
It's an honor for me.
For sure. So Marco, let's dive right in.
Yes, sir.
Onto your origin story and kind of tell the audience, take us back to the moment when you decided to jump into sales and solar. Was there a turning point or setback that pushed you into this path of this is what I want to do in solar?
Yeah, absolutely. So just to circle back in 2014 is when I left my country, Italy, and I on the pursuit of learning English. So I started from the real bottom and start cleaning toilet, washing dishes, do anything I could in order for me to put myself in a position where I can learn English. So that was the real beginning of how I started where I started. And then after that, I will skip about 2 years of it, but then I'll be going to London.
Wow.
In London, because before I was in Harpenden, England, and then I moved to London. Wow. So I already applied to work at Disney World in Orlando, Florida. They sponsored me and everything. But while I was waiting for it, I was like, let me learn something new. Let me learn some new skills. So that's when I started working for BT, British Telecommunication. It was a business-to-business service where my goal was to pretty much go and knock doors on business and sell them services. Wow. So that was the beginning of my sales journeys when it comes to career-wise. But back in when I was in high school, I used to buy pencils and candies and things like that. Yeah. And I would be selling in high school to my classmate. So it always been kind of a passion of mine. Yeah. And then later on, it became something more deep where I was like, oh, I'm actually pretty good at it. And I love the interaction with people. I love interacting with and having good conversation with people. Yeah. And so that was the real beginning of how everything started. And then moving on, I've been in customer service. So I've been working as in the restaurant business for Disney World and many other restaurants. So I learned that you cannot pretend to sell a product. That's not the end goal. The end goal is to sell the experience because people will always remember how you let them feel, but they won't always remember the exact word that you're saying. Right. So if you're able to create an experience while you're selling, that's the jackpot right there. So further on, after COVID, I start selling life insurance and then I love it. But in the same time, it was I feel like I'm putting a extra budget on people's home. What if there is a way for me to actually cut something else, cut their bill off? Mm-hmm. So my friend was like, hey man, why don't you start working with me in solar? I was like, how does that work? Well, you pretty much, find customer and then there are programs where they don't have to come up with money out of pocket in order for them to get into solar. Yeah. So I was like, no brainer. I was like, no way. So it was a no brainer for me. And that's how I started my solar career. Wow. I don't know if I answered your question or not.
No, that's perfect. That's perfect. Now, how long has it been since you moved to the States over here?
Yeah, so I moved to the States in 2016, June 2016. And then I came to San Diego in February 2018. So I've been living in San Diego since 2018.
Wow. And why San Diego?
I fell in love and I moved in San Diego for love. And then later on, it's true story. And then later on, I was like, it's impossible for me to leave this beautiful city. Yeah. Of course, I do go back anytime to Italy to visit my family and see how they are doing and spend some time with them and some vacation. But I consider San Diego my home.
Right. When did you feel like it was the turning point for you to make that transition from what you were doing in insurances and really start into solar?
Yeah. So that was in February 2022. Okay. When I realized that I was adding bills on people's home on their budget to protect their family and legacy with life insurance.
Okay.
And then I was like, if I'm able to cut their bill in half without any money out of pocket to start with, I think it will be a way better product and service that I'm able to provide. Because at the end of the day, you're in real estate.
Yeah.
I'm in solar. Other people are in different industry. But really something that it's in common for both of us, it's people.
Yeah.
People, it's the most important things that we are really handling with every single day. Then, solar is the byproduct of that. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
Real estate is the byproduct of it. It's just the tool. But then people is the real mission that you are pursuing.
Exactly. No, totally. I feel that way too in real estate where, it doesn't matter what service or product. At the end of the day, you're really trying to like change that person's life.
Absolutely.
That you're serving. So that's how I feel like I got into the game and to starting that first step. Now take us back to that first day when you did decide to make that jump. Was it very difficult to transition from insurances to solar, or did you feel like, oh, this is
to be honest with you, it wasn't really difficult for me.
Okay.
It's a hard business, but I came from a place where I was already adding an expense on people's home. So imagine you're selling people on protection of when they're dying.
Yeah.
It's a hard sell.
Yeah.
It's a really freaking hard sell.
Yeah.
So for me, it was like a no-brainer because anything that you're doing in life, whatever it is real estate, home improvement, solar, it's the conviction that you have within your own product and service that you're providing to the family that will make you, will either make you or break you. Because if you have no conviction, it's going to be hard for you. Yeah. But if you have an incredible conviction and faith of it, then it's going to be easier. So it was an easier story compared to like other people's story, for example. But I can tell you when I remember like it was my first week and I got a lot of no's, but I didn't care as much because I knew that I would be making it. Like I wasn't even worried about it. I was like, okay, cool. Like I was just actually marking no's. I was getting the no's like, okay, perfect. Yeah. I know. Because I knew that a no now would be like a yes later. Yeah. So I was like, I wasn't counting like a great interaction. I was counting, okay, how many no's I got today? Today I want 60 no's. And I was going towards the 60 no's. Yeah. And then anything beside the no's was like a blessing for me. You see what I mean? Yeah. So I remember this day, actually my first leads that I got, my first sell and my first installation was in Spring Valley. Okay. And I made James. So I was on the Segway. So I don't know if you're familiar with the Segway. Instead of door knocking, I used to ride this Segway. And then the Segway would be like completely dead. The battery was dead. Yeah. And I'm like, fuck it, like, let me push one more time. And I got no, one after another. I got the last house. I was like, fuck it, let's do the last house. Yeah. So with literally the battery was low, like was 0. I was like, one more time, come on. Yeah. And then I knocked this door and James opened the door. I was able to create a cell. And then that was my first installation in Spring Valley. Wow. So like, it takes a lot of no's, but then if you have faith within it, then you're able to achieve what you're looking to achieve. Cause the difference, I don't know if you're familiar with jiu-jitsu. Yes. Yeah. The difference between a black belt and a white belt is that the black belt, because he also was a white belt, but the black belt never quit.
That's true. Yeah.
You see what I mean?
He worked his way to
he worked his way out. You see what I mean? Yeah. So everybody starts as a white belt, but then are you committed towards the process of getting to the black belt? Right. I'm not a black belt.
Working towards to be the black belt.
Working.
I like how you mentioned that every no you got, instead of it bringing you down, it brought you up. Yes. And you were just very blessed and grateful that I at least heard an answer back and it was a no that'll lead to my next yes. Yes. Now, was there at any point during your journey starting off in solar sales where you're like, man, I've gotten so many no's, like it's kind of bringing me down. It feels very difficult. But then explain that experience where you were able to push past that. Like what were you able to do mentally in your mindset?
I mean, to be honest with you, every day is like that. Like every day is a reset. That's why I love sales, because whatever happened the house before and the guy told you to F off their perch. Yeah. The new house, the new family doesn't know their interaction. Right. The new family doesn't know what just happened before. So it's up to you. How are you able to reset? If you look the best in the games, do you like tennis?
Which
Tennis.
Tennis?
Yeah.
I'll watch tennis. Yeah, I know tennis.
So Alcaraz and Sinner are the best rivalry at the moment, right?
Yeah. Oh.
But the reason why they are so good at what they do, even though when they are making a fault or they are made a mistake, the reason why they are champion is because they're able to reset right away and move forward and don't let the previous match, the previous set to affect them as much, right? So the same thing is with sales. In solar, for example, for me, anytime I'm having a bad day, say, all right, why I'm having a bad day? Okay, cool. Then I'm going back to my own self and be like, okay, Marco, come on, let's go. This house, look, they have a white truck. They want it so bad.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter about the color. I'm just convincing myself that they want it.
Yeah.
I'm convincing myself that they're waiting for me. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's all a mental game. It's like a game. If you're able to think that you are trick and treat, like Halloween, right?
Yeah.
For like free tricks, free candies.
Candy? Yeah. Every door is different.
Every door is different. Like you're going there for free money. You see what I mean? So that's the mindset that I have whenever I'm going door to door or whenever I'm shaking hands and meeting new people and, finding new deals and things like that.
Right. And I like that you bring that up because I'm really trying to put this out there for people of the younger generation or my generation to be able to understand, like, we're in a time where you need to be uncomfortable, like put in that work. Now, was there a time where you took a punch early on and it was a really hard punch to the gut where it was your hardest hit in your career? How were you able to bounce back from that? Because I know, like, door to door knocking, at least you get the answer. It's a no. But maybe you were in the middle of a process of installing solar and something came up.
Yeah.
How were you able to deal with that?
Okay. So something that popped by my mind right now, it wasn't like a tragic moment for me, but it was like a moment like, oh my gosh, I can't believe this just happened. So I'm huge in customer service. I like to bring, little treats to my guests, to my clients and things like that.
Yeah.
So one day, I was having all the process was perfect and things like that. And then, the homeowner loved me and everything. We had the installation day. I already brought him wine, a lot of pasta and sauce and things like that. And he loved me, whatever. And then they went on vacation and the son was supposed to be there that day for the installation process.
Yeah.
The son canceled on the day of the installation. He canceled on me on the day of installation.
Oh.
And it was like the worst day ever. But then I was like, F it, it's okay. It is what it is. You move forward, you bounce back and, you try to do a better job the next time. The son was not involved in the process whatsoever. He just popped up out of nowhere.
Yeah.
And I decided to not move forward anymore. That was kind of like a mental setback for me for sure. But other than that, again, it's about if you have faith in the process, then you're able to overcome anything that is in front of you. So coming back to your question, tactically speaking, I think I am, when you're working out at the gym, you're breaking the muscle, right?
Right.
So the muscle you're going to break first and then it's going to build and it's going to be growing better, right? And stronger. So the same things is like every day as a entrepreneur, you're going to break the confidence. You're going to remember a muscle memory called confidence.
Yeah.
And the confidence is what is going to accompany you when you're going to have a bad day, when you're going to have a bad week, when you're going to have a bad month, when you're going to have a bad, 3 months or whatever it is. If you have that confidence and trust in the process that it's going to be fine because you're working, taking massive action towards it, then you have nothing to be afraid of it.
Totally. Now, I feel like there's a lot of people that have that difficulty making that step into, switching industries.
Yeah.
What you did, you left your home country in Italy. You took a chance on yourself, went to Florida. And from there, you went into insurances and then you bounced into solar, which you were never comfortable at all throughout that whole process.
Oh, yeah.
But there's a lot of people out there that work a 9 to 5, don't really love what they do.
Yeah.
Especially me and our generation just coming out of college, trying to find a job, and they're getting a job that they don't truly love, but they feel so comfortable where they're at. They don't want to make that next step into starting that business or meeting new people or, chasing their dream. How were you able to overcome that barrier of feeling comfortable with being uncomfortable so that you could chase what you truly believe was right for you?
Yeah. You're talking about career-wise, you're talking about just in everything generally, like
Career-wise,
career-wise.
like in terms of taking that step towards starting that business and being an
Yeah.
entrepreneur, like that.
I don't know. To be honest with you, I feel like it's something that is within me. And if I think about something, and if I put something in my mind, and if I take massive action towards it, then I see no reason why that would be a failing opportunity for me. So it's just like the mindset that I'm approaching the venture with.
Right.
You see what I mean? So let's just say coming from insurance to solar, two different things. But not really, because you're already sitting with a customer. The customer name is a homeowner. You're still providing a service. You're still, and actually you're doing a better service when it comes to like, instead of increasing a bill and a budget, you're able to, lower it down and break it and help them out. Right. So for me, it was more about, you know what? Why not? You see what I mean?
Yeah.
Like the phrase, why not? It's, always with me, like every single day. Like if I do something, why not? Why I cannot do that?
Yeah.
Okay, let's do it. You will never know your own limits if you don't push yourself through. And believe me, like I've been through tough moment. Actually, one story that I never told before. One day I went to Spain for 3 months.
Yeah.
So that's how I'm able to speak Spanish also. I went to Spain for 3 months. And, the day that I arrived to Spain, I didn't know nobody over there. And my luggage got forgotten, like not forgotten, but like got lost.
Oh yeah.
In the airport in Rome.
Oh man.
And I was like, damn, I have no idea of what's my surrounding right here. Like I had literally nothing beside my wallet and, a little bag. I say, why? I took a video of it and say, let's adventure begin. And with a smile in my face.
Yeah.
So I feel like adversity is part of the process. Imagine a good story, right? How would you read a good story that has no adversity on it? Would that be a good story? I don't think so. Like if everything has been said and done and prepared for you on the table, would you read that book? Or would you go like, oh my gosh, how did you end up on the freaking table with full of food and things like that?
Yeah.
What's your story behind that? And if it was full of adversity and full of like things that setbacks, let's just call it setbacks.
Yeah.
I feel it's more interesting story. And at the end of the day, when it comes to pain, suffering, and adversity, the reality of it is like when I'm looking to your scar and you had a pain over there.
Yeah.
If I see the scar, it's like, how did you do that? How did you heal from that? That's the real purpose of the scar, I think. That's the real purpose of the adversity.
Yeah.
You choose to step outside your comfort zone in order for you to be able to eventually heal yourself first, and then seeing other people and say, how did you heal from that?
Yeah.
How did you came out a winner out of that comfort zone?
Right.
You see what I mean? So I think everybody should take their step out. They should step out from their comfort zone in order to become the best version of themselves.
Yeah. Now, were you comfortable at any position making that decision, jumping from industry to industry?
It's a mindset, man. I feel like, I am comfortable in the uncomfortableness. Like whenever there is adversity, I feel comfortable with that because it's a new challenge, because I'm really, really competitive. So anytime that there is something that like, I feel like, oh shit, like how do I do that? Then I'll challenge myself and bet on myself and I'll go all in towards that. You see what I mean?
I see. Okay.
So it's like more like a game. I see it as a game. I don't see anything like, I don't know. It's weird. I don't know if it's the type of answer that you want to hear, but just like, I just set myself in a mindset of like, you know what? You cannot lose. There is no way that you can lose. There is no way that you can fail. You just have to do it and everything will be fine.
Totally.
So that's the mindset that I have.
Got it. Okay. Yeah.
I don't know if I answered your question.
You did. No,
okay.
No, yeah. I was just trying to rephrase it in a way to re-ask it. You know what I mean? Going into your art of hustling.
Yes.
Like, and you already talked about how you tackle different problems and how you look at the brighter side versus, it bringing you down and you taking your energy away. It feeds you. You treat it like a game. Now, solar sales is a grind. What's kind of your day-to-day mindset or routine that keeps you sharp and motivated to get through the tough times? Yeah, I think the biggest word is faith, right? Because if you were to describe faith, how would you describe it? For me, it would be like seeing and looking
towards the horizon. Like, what is after the horizon? And it's hard to go after the horizon. But like, if you're able to imagine what is after the horizon, then you're able to be faithful that direction is the right direction.
Yeah.
So every day for me, it's pretty simple. I don't do any crazy routine. Like, I just see my coffee, be grateful in the morning, take my beautiful shower, listen to Frank Sinatra, and start with my to-do list.
Yeah.
And just conquer the day and take one step at a time. And that's it. Really, really simple. I feel like the real formula for success is energy plus massive action.
Yeah.
Then if if anything in between, it's just like how you're able to set up your routine. But if I know I'm putting the energy plus massive action towards the end goal, I know I cannot, I cannot fail.
Right. Now, I like how you bring up faith.
Yeah.
Now, are you also a man of faith too?
I describe myself as a man of faith. I don't describe myself as a practitioner as of now, but I definitely believe in God. I believe in the higher power. I believe, that there is something beside this world. I call it God. Other people call it something else, a universe or whatever. They call it God. But yes, I believe in God, and I believe that I'm a man of faith. And I think that in order for you to be an entrepreneur, a business owner, a real estate agent, a solar guy, or whatever it is, you should have at least a minimum of faith.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I don't know what you're doing. You know what I mean?
How important and crucial has faith been with you throughout your entire career?
It's been pretty important. I feel that I'm blessed. I feel that I have to thank God for what I have now and what I've been achieving so far. And, he give you gifts, and then it's up to you to duplicate those gifts and making those gifts, gift also for other people, right?
Yeah.
Because if, God gives you salt, dough, and yeast and water, what would you do with that? Would you just leave over that, or would you make bread to making sure that other people can also be satisfied from the gift that you have?
Right.
You see what I mean? But if you're not able to master those skills, right? How you're able to help and bless other people.
Right.
Because if you're blessed and a man of faith, you have to be a blessing for other people.
I see.
You see what I mean?
Yeah. That's interesting. Yeah, because, you're put into a room like what you said with these ingredients, like maybe it isn't bread that you create. Maybe you be creative and you try different things.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I liked your answer on that.
Yeah. I feel like, again, faith is like, some people mistaken faith with religion, Christianity, Buddhism, whatever. I think faith, again, as I said before, is like what do you believe is going to happen towards this path? Is it a positive? Because some people can have a negative faith, right? That's how we call people negative, right? A presage, right? Is it a presage? The word when something something bad is going to happen later on.
Oh yeah.
Right? But then if you have a good faith about it, you know what? I think out of this storm, something good can come out from it.
Yeah.
So I don't see why you should fail. Like, again, you should be able to find yourself in an uncomfortable situation, learn from it, and then later on you're gonna look back when you won that victory and be like, oh shit, I went through that already. This is easy.
Right.
You see what I mean?
Interesting. Yeah.
And then keep building the muscle of confidence.
For sure. Nice. Yeah, I feel like faith has also been a big part of myself too.
Nice.
I think, you got to take that next step. You got to believe in yourself and have the desire to do it. And so I don't know if that related.
Yeah, of course.
For you at a lot of things. Let's flip that and picture ourselves. You're at the negotiating table.
Sure.
On the phone call. Mm-hmm. You're getting a deal done. What's one piece of advice in negotiating that you would suggest or give to the audience here watching?
Yeah.
On what you would do, and one maybe a mistake you would avoid.
Okay.
One piece of advice, negotiation, and one mistake to avoid.
Okay. So I would say that you have to understand what is negotiation, right? Let's define what is negotiation. For me, negotiation is when person A and person B are both happy with the outcome of the result.
Okay. Yeah.
That's my definition of negotiation. If I believe that I'm gonna win and he's gonna lose, there's no negotiating. That's winning or losing. That's bullying someone else.
Yeah.
So at the kitchen table, at the negotiation part, I believe that you have to understand what their needs and wants are, understand if you're able to meet them. And while you're doing so, what you want to do, you want to gather a lot of weapons in your arsenal. Let me see if I'm able to elaborate on it. So let's just say I'm able to sit down with you, right? The first question that I would ask you would be, what would make you, what would be the reason why you took some time out of your schedule to see me today?
Yeah.
The first question is setting the tone. The reason why is because, number one, you want to let them tell you why they're sitting down with you.
Yeah.
Because if they are telling you what is the reason why they are next to you, they can tell you also their wants, their needs, their fears. And then you keep diving with questions. So you have to make sure that you are asking really good questions and you shut your mouth and listen to them. You have to listen. Don't hear them. Listen. Right. Because they will tell you exactly how they want to be sold. They will tell you exactly how what they need.
Right.
And what they don't want. But if you're able to extrapolate those elements from them, that what is going to differentiate you from a success negotiation or a failure type of negotiation. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
So silence is fundamental, asking the right question, of course, and then making sure that you let them feel good. Because again, I like to say to my clients, I don't believe in high pressure sales. Right. I'm a consumer myself. I believe that, if the product is right for you, if the numbers are right for you, if the figures are great for you, if you like the program numbers and figures and anything that we offer, I'll show you how you can apply and eventually qualify for that. Yeah. But if you hate everything that I'm telling you, if you don't like anything about it, I don't want you to do it. I only want happy customer because I'm on a referral based business. If you're not happy, I'd rather not take your commission because you're going to destroy me for some reason. Right. So that would be more expensive for me. Yeah. Than close you or negotiate with you.
Killing the relationship is more valuable.
Correct. 300%. 300%. Yeah. I'm in a people business. We are not in a different type of business than people business. That's what people need to understand. We are in a people business. If you have, if you're leaky, if you don't have the right customers because you're not hanging out with the right people. Mm-hmm. You see what I mean?
Right.
I don't know if I answered your question.
No, I did. Perfectly. Okay, so Marco, you were talking about earlier in our conversation that the business that you're in sales, and no matter what part of sales you're in, solar, real estate, no matter what, it's a people business and your network matters. Mm-hmm. Your network can be a make or break too in your industry. How do you spot the right people and build with them versus trying to avoid the wrong people?
Sure. I mean, I feel like in order for you to find out who your people are, you have to go back and forth and network and understand, okay, cool, is this person right person? Is this person the wrong person? Long story short, I see everything as a ship, right? If you see a relationship, an entrepreneurship, a partnership, what is it? It's a ship, right? Now, if you're trying to go from Little Italy to Coronado, you can get the ship that brings you over there. Right. Now, the same thing is, okay, is this person going to that direction, towards that direction? So if that person is going to the same direction I'm going, then it can be a perfect fit for my network. Right. If that person is not going to the same direction that I'm going, it's not a good partnership.
Ah, okay.
You see what I mean?
Yeah, I see what you mean.
So relationship, partnership, entrepreneurship, anything is a ship. You have to build the ship with the right people in order to go to the same direction. Yeah. So how do you spot them? Number one, you have to like them, right? Right. If you pretend to like someone else, it's going to be forced. It's just a transaction. Right. It's not a real relationship.
I see.
So if I am in solar and you are in real estate and you are talking to the same client, which is called homeowner, and you are serving a service such as the best investment of their life, their home, and they have an enemy, which is called SDG&E bills. Right, like the PG&E, Edison, the utility company, which is pretty much a monopoly. Yeah. They are a for-profit company, right? Right. So if you are able to save them from renting to ownership and equity, and they have no solar on top of the roof,
Right.
and I'm able to provide the security for them, maybe you and I can be a good partnership.
Yeah.
You see what I mean?
Yeah, I see that.
So it's have to do with where I'm going, where you're going, and if I like you, and then we can build together, and let's do it. But if I have someone next to me and they are negative, brings everybody down, talks bad about anything else, don't do clear business, treat their customer properly, I don't want to be affiliated and associated with those type of people.
Yeah. Has there been one relationship in your career, whether it is your career or personally, that you feel like they've been a big mentor in your life?
Yeah, I mean, like, I feel like that you get mentors, like the word mentor sometimes is overvaluated, right? I think that you have a mentor every day of your life. Every day there is a different mentor. It can be a car accident that you were not, you were using your phone and you had a car accident, you crashed, you had a bad accident. That phone, that moment is a mentor for you, right? To learn and say, you know what, I should not do that again. That's like a really fantasy type of answer that I can get back to you.
Yeah.
But when it comes to me personally, I have different mentors. I pay for mentorship. There is no one particular person, I would say.
Yeah.
But for sure, there was this book, which is called Rich Dad, Poor Dad.
Yeah, I love that
And
book.
that book was definitely a stepping stone for me to learning and differentiating how I'm seeing the world and how I see business and what is my own self-consciousness of where I'm at in the space.
Right. How important do you feel like is it to have a mentor for you?
Super important. I think that, how can I say? I feel like having a mentor is like, hey, look, you see, I have a broken bone here. I have a broken bone here. My wrist is fucked up. I went through that.
Yeah.
But instead of you doing this path, you should do that path right there. It's gonna be easier. And instead of you doing this, you should do that. It's gonna be easier. So having a mentor can save you like years and years and years of stressful times. And how much would you spend if you wouldn't have a mentor? A lot of money. So sometimes like people associate mentorship with like, oh, it's a waste of time, it's a waste of money. And I think it's super, is really wrong. This mindset of not seeing a mentor as a good figure. I believe that a mentor is a fundamental figure for you. And again, it can be anything. A mentor can mean anything. It can be a book. It can be a particular person.
Yeah.
It can be a movie. It can be a song. It's but really it's about how you're able to be in tune with the present. Because you can have a mentor next to you right now. He can tell you the most important things that you're gonna hear in your life.
Yeah.
But if you're not present in the present moment, if you're not listening to what you have to say, you are just, this world is gonna be just like, oh, whatever. People pay for mentorship every day, every month, every year, whatever it is, and they are still like making the same mistake all over and over because they're not taking massive action. So that's why I said before, energy plus massive action equals success.
Totally, right. Yeah, I mean, it's been difficult, especially like if you don't have that right guidance too. To follow someone that's in the same room, doing it better than you.
Yeah.
To be able to help you on that journey to get to their level.
100%.
Right. Now, has there been any relationship in your life that you've gone into, met that person, and now they've helped you get you to where you're at today?
Yeah, I mean, of course, in the company that I'm working with, Legacy Power, we have an incredible training, we have incredible mentorship. So anytime that I'm like having a setback or anytime that something is not, like I think I can improve it, I will go ask to the right person. And when I first started, I was assigned to a mentor and, he taught me anything that I could learn.
Right.
And then little by little, you keep asking, okay, how do you do this? How do you do that? And why do you say this? And why do you say this at this moment? And how long does it take for you to say this and that? Oh, okay, cool. But then, he's doing this, he's doing that. Let me pay for mentorship and see what they're doing. Oh, let me pay for mentorship and see what. So it's always like that. Like there is no one particular person that like made me, for instance. But I feel like it's a complexity of time and effort that you're putting into it as yourself as well, right? Like I don't believe that you, or maybe you do, but I don't believe that you have one particular mentor for all your life and that was like, oh my gosh, incredible, thank you so much. I feel like it was like a stepping stone, okay, today and tomorrow you learn from this and tomorrow you fucked up that and you learn from the other person and tomorrow you learn from this person. Maybe tomorrow you listen to a song, a music, or whatever it is, you pray. And so anything is like a mentorship.
Totally.
You see, I don't know if I answer your question. I like to
because every
answer with story.
right, yeah, because what I'm getting from what you're saying is have different mentors because every person's different on how they teach.
Yeah.
But it sounds like you have three versus just having one, and each of those three are probably way different from each other and how they preach. One may tell you do this more, another may tell you to do that less. You know? So, like, how are you able to take a little bit of each and then craft it and make it to what you do and make it your own?
I mean, like, I feel like, let's just say that I hear a person say something, right?
Right.
And I say, okay, does this correlate with my style of speaking, my style of seeing the sales process, or my style of communicating? Yes or no, but that works for him. Great. So it's really have to be with, do I like what he's saying? And do I think it's working? I test it. And then after that, just put it into practice. If it works, in great. If it doesn't work for me, then I'm just going to take something else. So long story short, I like to, mix and adding and then say, you know what, that's the equation. Beautiful. Yeah. It's a good job.
Nice. Now, I feel like with my generation, with Gen Z millennials, a lot of young people get stuck between taking the safe job and betting on themselves. How did you know it was time to go all in on yourself?
Yeah, I knew it because my day job was actually make me lose money for my...
dang.
Yeah, because I was considering any time that I am spending my time to my day job, I am losing opportunity for me to make more money or to make better relationship. So as you are able to have, a good steady fundamental, and then the day job is just like extra. But if you're able to go all in on your uncertain, business or whatever it is, then I prompt to you. But at the beginning, I think you should have a day job, but with that, like you should have a day job, and then when you go back home, you want to keep studying and crafting and perfectioning your craft on whatever you're looking to achieve later. So let's just say your goal is to start a Shopify store. Then you have your day job, and then at night when you go back, whatever, 5 p.m., instead of going and playing or going and doing activity with everybody else, do what everybody else is not doing, which is going back home, study, dedicate 2 hours of your time, perfectioning your craft, and then having some good time eventually. But
totally.
I don't know if I answered your question.
No, totally. Like you got to do what everyone else isn't doing to make sure that you're that much better and moving your business forward and being a better person, better version of yourself.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I feel like a lot of people have a hard time because they get something called FOMO, you know, but it's hard because, the top is a very lonely place.
It is.
Right.
But top, yes, is a lonely place, but I don't like to see it that way. You see what I mean? Like, I feel like, yes, it's a lonely place at the back stage of it. It is lonely because nobody's going to do the job for you. Right. But then when you achieve the top, you definitely don't want to be alone. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you don't want to be alone. You want to be surrounded by people. They are able to challenge you and help you to be a better version and, call you out eventually.
Yeah.
So it's lonely at the top. At the backstage, it is. Because in order for you to get at the top, you have to spend lonely time.
By yourself.
Yes.
To make sure.
But I would hate if it would be lonely at the top. I think it would be it would be a waste.
Right.
I don't know if, do you see what I mean?
Yeah, instead of it looking at yourself as alone at the top, be at the top with the people that got you there.
Correct.
Right.
You're lonely while you are working, while you are in training, while you are betting on yourself. Yes, you're lonely because nobody else is going to do the job for you.
Right.
But then having the connotation, because sometimes you just brainstorm yourself that it's lonely at the top. And then you're going to keep working towards this direction. But I think it's going to be unhealthy for an individual to think that it's lonely at the top. I think that you can have it all. I think that you can have faith, you can have wealth, you can have family, you can have, good network of people. You should have it all. Otherwise, what would be the point of living? What would be the point of, of working so hard?
Right. Now, if you had to go back in time, let's just say you're 19 again, and knowing what you know now, what would be the first step that you would take to build momentum to get into sales or real estate or what you do now or entrepreneurship?
Yeah, I mean, I think that I don't regret what I did at 19. I feel like I put myself out in a comfortable zone really prematurely and with a smile in my face. And I would do everything that I did again. If I would talk to my 19 years old now, I would tell him it's gonna pay it off.
Yeah.
If you're putting yourself in a position that you're giving 100%, Marco, trust me, give 1 more minute of your time. Give 1 more sweat of your, do a little bit more. Do a little bit more, because it's gonna pay off. It's gonna compound. So I would just tell him that, it's gonna pay off. It's gonna compound.
Yeah.
Just hustle, just believe in yourself and do it. I would say, Marco, just keep grinding, keep doing what you're doing, believe and write down a vision in your vision board and take this piece of paper and put it in your pocket. And anytime that you feel upset, anytime that you feel like it's not working for you, look the piece of paper and, remind yourself that you're gonna make it. I would tell him to keep working on yourself because any little things are going to be compounded and that will eventually become the most beautiful story that other people can hear from that. Yeah, and learn, study, be coachable, be learning and be humble.
Nice. Now, if there was another 19-year-old, not you, but what would be one piece of advice that you'd give to that 19-year-old, he, she, whoever, trying to make a move into chasing their dream?
I would tell him to sit down and reflect to understand what is their why. I would ask them to take their phone out and literally be with themselves and say, okay, what is my why? Why am I waking up in the morning? What do I want to achieve in life?
Right.
And write down their value, understanding what is their value. Because if you're not able to understand what is your value in life and your values at the moment, how you're able to understand where your next step is going to be tomorrow. So some people are pursuing the mountain of success first, but they are arriving to the top and they are realizing that that's the wrong mountain. Because the mountain of purpose is the one that you want to climb first.
Yeah, right.
So I would say climb the mountain of purpose first, understand yourself, understand your weakness, understand and learn from yourself, from your mistake, put yourself out there, and that's it.
Totally. There's a guy in the mortgage industry, Braden Shaw. I got a quote from him that I took to heart, where he said there's a season to learn before there's a season to earn.
Yeah.
What do you think of that? And
it's beautiful. I think it's just about life. There is a time that you are, in order for you to make the olive oil, you have to first create the olive, right? So there is a season that olive is gonna grow,
right?
And then you're able to go through the process of making actually the olive oil, right?
Totally.
Cold press, and it's gonna become extra virgin olive oil. Same things with the wine, right? There is first the moment, the season of when you are able to harvest in the wine. Same things with the strawberry, with the fruit. Not all seasons are for the same type of fruits, right?
Right.
There is different type of season for different type of fruit. And then you're able to enjoy the fruit of your labor if you are properly investing and properly spending the right time.
Right.
So I feel like we do have a vision of time that is interesting. I feel like sometimes we do live like we would be, living forever, but we do forget that there is time, there is season, and there is a process. So I feel like if you're able to learn that at an early age and understand that, okay, that's fine, you're 30, 32, 29, whatever it is, there is time for you to learn. You just have to make sure that you are committed with energy and massive action. If you're able to put those two together, then you're able to, enjoy the fruit of your labor, as I say.
Totally. Well, Marco, I appreciate you coming on the episode today.
Thank you, man.
Straight to the point.
Thank you, man. Appreciate you.
Yeah.
Thank you for having me.
Anytime.
Of course.
And thank you guys for watching this episode. Straight to the point. We'll catch you on the next one.
Let's go, baby.
Peace.